messenger. I beseech the blessings of Allah on Prophet Muhammad, his family, his companion, and the entire Muslim Ummah. Amen. Distinguished brothers and sisters in Islam, our distinguished fathers and mothers in Islam, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We welcome you to this important webinar where contemporary issues as it relates to our deen and present in this life is being addressed. Cryptocurrencies has brought disruptions into the security dichotomy. The distinction between classifying cryptocurrency as securities or commodities is critical. Hence, there is need to examine this disruption through the lens of an Islamic perspective. We have with us today distinguished stakeholders, members, and an erudite speaker who will be discussing with us today life-saving topics as it relates to our existence in this life, the commodification of cryptocurrency and Islamic perspective. Before we go deep into the program, my name is Abiola Abdullahi Lasisi, a proud member of NOSFAT Youth Wing and an IT professional. On this note, please permit me to invite to lead us in an opening prayer the Secretary of NOSFAT Mission Board, Imam Uthman Animashan. Bismillah, Imam.
أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. We thank Almighty Allah for giving us today again for yet another week. We are starting the same and we are asking to continue to stay with us and guide us aright. We pray that this webinar will be beneficial to us in this world and also in the year of Al-Fatiha.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. Amen. Thank you very much, Imam, for that concise and rich dua. I pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to increase you in knowledge. Amen. On this note, it is a huge honor and privilege to invite a man of timber of caliber, a visionary leader by excellence, our own spiritual leader, the Chief Missioner of Nasrullah al-Fatih Society, Imam Morufu Onike Aziz, to give his opening remark. Bismillah, sir. Imam, you are muted, sir.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam to that, sir. How do you do now, sir?
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Wa salatu wa salam ala ashrafil mursalin Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallim tasliman kathiran daiman abadan ila yawmiddin. Hasbunallahu wa ni'mal wakeel. Ni'mal mawla wa ni'man nasir. اللهم لا علم لنا الا ما علمتنا فعلمناه ولا فهم لنا الا ما فهمتنا فهمناه. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي امري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. صلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى اله وصحبه وسلم تسليما. We thank you, Almighty Allah. We praise you, Almighty Allah. We appreciate you, Almighty Allah. We glorify you, Almighty Allah. Allah dictates without any beginning. He laughs without any point of termination. He does whatever he wishes. But he will never make any mistake. He's the leader of all leaders, the king of all kings, the judge of all judges. Yesterday, Allah is the one controlling heaven and earth. Today, the Almighty Allah is the one controlling heaven and earth. Tomorrow, the control of heaven and earth will remain in his hand. We seek Allah's blessing on our noble Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah continue to bless him, bless all his companions, bless members of his household, and bless the entire Muslim. Once again, I welcome all the participants to another edition of Nasrullah al-Fatih webinar. The commodification of cryptocurrency, Islamic perspective, which will be intellectually delivered by our renowned scholar, Dr. Aslam, Fadilat Sheikh Dr. Aslam. I welcome our guests and I pray that Almighty Allah continue to honor him. He has honored Islam, he has honored the Prophet, he has honored the entire members of the National Party. We extended an invitation to him and he accepted our invitation, in spite of the fact that he's a very busy man, an international man. We pray to Almighty Allah to add what we want to do today to a scale of good deeds will be okay. As we do every Sunday, we introduce participants to National Liberty and we National Liberty to participants. National Liberty Society was formed on the 5th of March 1995 with the mission to develop an enlightened Muslim society nurtured by the understanding of Islam for spiritual development and welfare of mankind. This society started in the room of one of us, Alaja Latif Wali Olazipo. And it started with just 10 families made up of some accountants, some engineers, some bankers, because there was the urge then to create a forum where Islamic scholars and non-Islamic scholars who make mind, who discuss issues, who discuss Islamic fundamentals, and that was what gave birth to Nasrullah Elifati on the 5th of March 1995. By the grace of Allah, in the last 25-26 years, we have made some modest achievements. Today, we are the proud owner of a university called Fountain University, located in Osogbo, southwestern Nigeria. Establishment of the Fountain University is one of the things that Liberty is out to do, is what is determined to do. We encourage all our branches that are about 350 now all over the world. We have branches all over the world, virtually everywhere. We have in Canada, we have in the US, we have in the UK, we have in Togo, we have in Sierra Leone, we have in Cote d'Ivoire, of course we have in Nigeria. We encourage all our branches that go to set up primary school. This will be in line with our intention, with our mission to develop an enlightened Muslim society. I can only do that through education. We encourage our zones. Branches are grouped under zones. Every state, every country is categorized as a zone, and all the branches under them will be reported to them, while the zones will be reported to the headquarters. The zones are encouraged to establish secondary school. As of today, inshallah, Nasrullah Liberty has established 25 primary schools, and we have established 5 secondary schools, 2 are nearing completion. And we encourage all our members, all our branches and schools to fall in line and key into the health policy of Nasrullah Liberty. This health policy is designed to help us achieve our mission. When we say health, H-E-L-D, H for health, E for education, L for livelihood, and D for dawah. In the area of health, we encourage our branches and groups to set up clinics. And as I'm talking to you, we have a clinic in Abidjan. We have about 2 or 3 in Osun State, southwestern Nigeria. We have one population in Togo. And we are about to lay the ground in Lagos. We call it Mother and Child Hospital by the grace of Allah. We ensure that our people come for medical checkup regularly, and we organize it for them in all our branches and groups. All these known deadly diseases, hepatitis, AIDS, and so on and so forth. We make sure that we give access to our members to come and do medical checkups, and we do that in all our locations. In the area of education, I've said what we have, I've highlighted what I've achieved so far. We continue to sponsor the indigent students. We continue to sponsor their secondary school final exam. We continue to sponsor the JAM. JAM is the exam, UTM is the exam that any child who wants to enter university in Nigeria will have to pass through. We sponsor people to do that exam, and we pay for the exam fees. In terms of livelihood, we empower members financially, even non-members. We have set up a platform through which we drive our livelihood item, livelihood part of the agenda. We call that platform NASAS, National Zakat and Sadaqah Agency. In the last 4 years, National Zakat and Sadaqah Agency has disbursed about $400,000 to the less privileged, equivalent to about 354 million naira. And that fact can be found on the website of our NASAS, NAZAS, NASAS Zakat and Sadaqah Agency. We name some of our organizations, some of our sub-agencies. We name them TAPSAN. TAPSAN means NASFAS spelled backward. Yeah. We assisted a lot of families, a lot of indigents. We did that under livelihood. We disbursed about 69 million naira Nigerian currency to the less privileged, regardless of their tribe, regardless of their religion, regardless of their status, and regardless of their sex. We do that to lessen the impact, the negative impact of COVID-19. In the area of Dawa, we encourage our members to learn Quran. We encourage our members to learn Arabic. We encourage our members to promote the ideas, the values, the principles, the fundamentals, and issues in Islam. And part of that we do in Dawa is this webinar that we organize every Sunday. We started a long time ago, and people join it from all over the world. As we are, some of us have joined via Zoom. It is being streamed live on all our social media handles, on Facebook, on YouTube. And people join from as far as Pakistan, Malaysia, Bahrain. We do it to discuss, to enlighten Muslims on some of the issues in Islam, whatever issues in Islam. And that's what I'm doing today, to discuss the issue of cryptocurrency. That is a very topical issue, very contemporary issue. In the area of Dawa, we set up online Quranic and Arabic school, and we have been doing a lot of graduation for some of our students. We ensure that learning Quran is taken to the doorstep of Muslims, because we are encouraged by the saying of the Prophet as khairukum man ta'allama al-Quran wa 'allamahu, that the best among you are those who learn the Quran and who learn the Quran and teach it to others. We ensure that all our members have the urge, have the passion to learn the Holy Quran, and we facilitate it for them. We do physical training, physical learning, and we do online virtual learning. And some of them have benefited from it. Some of them can now with an academy in Egypt. This will further strengthen our training arm, our training institute, As I'm talking to you, a society that started in the sitting room of one of us with 40 family members has membership of 1.5 million. We need to do what we, by the grace of Allah, to ensure that we fulfill our mission. Part of what we set out to do is this webinar that we have organized in school from morning till about 12:30 every Sunday. Our members gather, they ask questions, they do prayer together, and they are educated, they are taught some of the Islamic values, principles, fundamentals, and ideas. And you see, this is the thing that we want to be doing, inshallah, in order to achieve our mission and vision, which is being driven under health agenda, health, education, livelihood, and dawah. We enjoy collaboration with virtually all the renowned Islamic organizations in the world. Islamic Education Trust, Dawah Academy in Pakistan, Discover Islam, Dr. Aslam, to Nasrul for honoring our invitation. We will continue to honor you.
Thank you very much, Imam, for that eye-opening remark. I believe this has indeed set the stage for what will be an enlightening discussion today. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Going directly into the main course of today's webinar, our erudite speaker will be discussing with us the commodification of cryptocurrency and Islamic perspective. To deliver this is an international scholar and speaker by excellence, Dr. Muhammad Aslam Akbar, an assistant professor of Islamic sciences. He joined the Department of Economics, Kuliya of Economics and Management Sciences, at International Islamic University, Malaysia in 2019. He obtained his diploma in Arabic language and a degree in Al-Miyah in Sharia Sciences from Jamia Al-Uswa Al-Azana, Tamil Nadu. In 2002, he went to Deoband and received Fazil Daura Hadith, the sixth canonical authentic books of Hadith, with Ijaza and Sanad Faragat, the graduate degree from Jamia Islamia Darul Ulum Deoband, Delhi. And Dr. Akbar earned his master's degree in al-Adin and comparative religion from the Kuliya of Islamic Revealed Knowledge and Human Sciences at International Islamic University of Malaysia, and subsequently completed his PhD in philosophy, ethnics, and contemporary, specialized in studies in Quran and Sunnah, with particular reference in an unpublished manuscript of Ali al-Mutakim al-Hindi from the International Institute of Islamic Thought and Civilization in 2000. Upon graduation, he worked as a postdoctoral research fellow at Islamic University of Malaysia, research in identifying and assessing the economic thought in the Muslim scholarship, with special references to classical Arabic manuscript. At the moment, it teaches undergraduate Islamic economic I can see your screen also. You are muted. You are muted, sir.
All right. Am I right now?
Perfect,
All right. All right. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. All praise to Allah. Salutation and peace be upon Rasulullah and his family, companions, and all of us. Ibadallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
Assalamu rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
On the commodification of platform is a great networking between Nigeria and Malaysia. From India, I work in Malaysia. Let me just welcome Brother Azizi Abdullah as person, the moderator, and also let me welcome Sheikh Al Imam Abdulaziz Onike Morufu for such a wonderful briefing. I learned a lot about what you are doing. Subhanallah, it's quite difficult for me to what we are doing. Jazakum. Commodification of cryptocurrency in Islamic perspective. Let me just go through and let you know what I'm going to do with this 45 to 50 minutes talk, if it is possible. If not, I may go, maybe I can go down a little bit. This is a synopsis that what we are going to talk today. Before whatever that I'm going to deliver my presentation, let me just clarify one thing. I'm not an IT specialist, but alhamdulillah, I learned something that I can understand. I am a Sharia scholar, and I talk about Islamic perspective as well. It's a great chance for me to because when it comes to fiqh al-mu'amalat, the jurisprudence of commercial, the most important understanding is actually the definition of al-mal. Though Quran talked about it in 83 different places. In fact, the word al-mal or the derivatives, the ishtiqaq, the mushaqqat, Allah say amwalukum, amwaluhum, malukum, which means that it is the singular and plural of the word mal. It been mentioned in the Quran numerous times, and the definition of mal was in the Quran. Number 3, it is a standard. Number 4, but when it comes to conventional, whether it's a conventional system or conventional banking system, money always considered as a commodity. That is the reason why the commodity can be rent out. Like for example, you have a house, if you have a car, which means it is a commodity for you, it's like a property to you. So what you can do is you actually can rent it out, because when you own a car, you can rent it out. When you own a house or apartment, you can rent it out. 30 days, I am going to take it back from house. Together with the going to take from you some money. So this is the basic, platform. I mean, basic understanding that we have before we talk about cryptocurrency. So what we are going to do with this presentation today, we are actually going to, about space of simple barter to the age of digital entries, digital, currency. It's been there into gold and silver, like we know that this dinar and dirhams. Then it became the fiat money, paper money, and today we are talking about the digital currencies. So the reason that we are talking today is that particular point of digital currencies, because now people are talking about cryptocurrencies. So when it comes to cryptocurrencies, of course people are using it. People wanted to know what it is and how it is being done, and how do you keep it, and how do you sell it, and how do you trade it, and how do you make it. But here, for today, what we are going to do is actually we are going to critically analyze this cryptocurrency, whether it has the characteristic of mal or not. That's all our job. So my humble presentation is going to contribute in understanding the classification of mal in relation to the concept of the cryptocurrency. And then, like the title says, is a commodification of cryptocurrency. So we are going to talk about not only crypto as a currency, which they call it crypto token, which is actually crypto as a currency. We are also going to talk about crypto commodity. For example, you have a dinar and dirhams. So you know that the dinar is actually made of gold, and dirhams is made of silver. The old dinar, not the current Kuwaiti dinar or the current Emirates dirhams. It's not about it. I'm talking about the old one. Dinar is made of gold and dirhams is made of silver. When dinar is made of gold, it is the gold itself is also can become the commodity. Like the gold is becoming the currency, the gold also can become the commodity. So our presentation today aspect whether is there any commodification that we can actually extract from the cryptocurrency that we are talking about. For example, we have the Bitcoin, Ethereum. So there are so many, crypto coins out there, and we are going to just think about talking about discussing on the characteristic of the commodification in cryptocurrency. So reading the maqasid al-sharia, especially the wealth, you know that there are 5 fundamental values they talk about in maqasid al-sharia. One of them is actually wealth. Then when I learn from Ibn Ashur, his famous book on Maqahim, are talking about these 5 simultaneous characteristics of wealth. So I'm going to discuss with you. And he says wealth, any properties should have these 5 simultaneous characteristics. So today what we are going to do is actually to discuss those 5 simultaneous characteristics. So this is what I said. The word mal mentioned 83 times in Quran. The definition left to the customs and common usage of the people. The mal defined as what can be acquired, possessed, and owns. And we are going to talk about because blockchain can also prepare the smart contract used for the election. The blockchain can be also used for the social media, so many other things. So one of the usage is actually creating this Bitcoin. So this Bitcoin is most well known and widely recognized cryptocurrency, which was founded by some unknown person. But of course, his name was given like Satoshi Nakamoto in 2009, almost 11 years ago. It is not actually a centralized currency. It is a decentralized currency, and it does not have any financial intermediaries such as bank and other financial institutions, which means that it is not backed by any government, and it is also not necessary that you need a bank to transfer this cryptocurrency to someone. You only need this blockchain. You only need this blockchain. You only need this blockchain system, the database. And if you have access to the database, you can send money to anyone, anywhere in the world. Bitcoin is also acknowledged as highly secured money. And it is quite famous for e-payment system. Because each of the transaction of the Bitcoin requires you to verify the network, because each one has to, because for example, I have a Bitcoin and then I there is a record that from where I took that particular Bitcoin, and that Bitcoin has been bought from who, taken from who is the first one who created the Bitcoin. So all these history is attached to that thing called hash. This is what we talk about the blockchain data in cryptocurrency. So one way is actually, if you want to have this Bitcoin, is actually one way is actually by trading, which means you can buy that with your US dollar or with your naira or with your any other currencies. But at the beginning, it was earned by conducting virtual mining activity. So they call it mining because how do you extract gold? Because you do mining, you go mining and then you extract gold from the earth. It's called mining. The same thing they used to call, it's called virtual mining activity. Consequently, earns Bitcoin as a reward, dollars to buy any Bitcoin. So basically speaking, this cryptocurrency is a new form of digital money. So to give you a summary, it is an intermediary in trade. It can become intermediary in trade, which means it can also become medium of exchange. It is also a quantifiable. You can actually quantify. You can count it, which means it can play a unit of account. Divisible into, it is also can be dividable into smaller units, which has been called satoshis. They call the name satoshis. It is also a fungible, so a Bitcoin is mutually interchangeable with other Bitcoins as well. It is also durable, and also it is a portable. So these are the some characteristics coming from those who are talking about cryptocurrency. But there are many challenges as well. Before I go into my 5 characteristics, I just want to give you, overall the cryptocurrency, what is it all about, and what are the challenges according to those people who are using it. The biggest change, the challenge is actually price volatility. The volatility of the price, the fluctuation of the price is actually is a problem in a store of value. It is always perceived negative. But But according to their, those the crypto users, according to them, they say, this one can become more established in the long term. Because in the short term, because it just started, it is not that easy that people overnight, you cannot change things. You have to at least give a 20 to 30 to 50 years to, develop a system. So according to their response, they say that, we can expect to see the price stabilize. And also they say that both Bitcoin and gold are so scarce, it cannot be created out of thin air. That is true actually, because you cannot create gold out of thin air. You know that how difficult it is to create. That's the reason why it is expensive. Similarly, Bitcoin, it is not easy to create. It's not just like, algorithm, you do something and then you get it. It's not like playing games. So Bitcoin and gold are, of course, stateless, because anyone can, bring Bitcoin from any country. Similarly, anyone can bring gold from any country to any country, stateless. Both of them incur considerable mining cost. It has a cost. For example, for cryptocurrency, there is a mining cost of electricity. I will talk to you later about it, how much electricity they have to take in order to create a Bitcoin.
Doctor, sir.
Also, yes.
5 more minutes, sir.
5 more minutes. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you for reminding. So these are the things, they have when they talk about cryptocurrency. So now I have this only 1 or 2 more slides. So what I'm going to do now, going to analyze that 5 simultaneous characteristics with cryptocurrency. So I'm not going to repeat what are the 5 simultaneous characteristics which you know already. I'm going to only talk about the problems that comes from cryptocurrency in relation to these 5 characteristics. The first one is storability. Yes, we agree. Blockchain is the technology which has decentralized, which is called digital ledger. But however, many people still lost their coins. But with proper understanding, and the risk can be eliminated, but still sometimes, these things still, not certain about where this going. But the thing is, once the Bitcoin is lost, it is impossible to track it back. So that is the issue with storability. The desirability, number 2, the issue with desirability, of course, it is, like a similar to painting. If you know the value of the painting, you always take it. You always love to have it. However, due to the high volatility of cryptocurrency, it is hard to consider being a good store of value. That is the issue with this. Then the exchangeability. Yes, can be exchanged. You have Bitcoin, you can exchange with other coins as well, US dollar and euro and all. But this creates as well additional, forex exchange risk. Because of the volatility in the business, significant losses may happen when they run cash platforms in cryptocurrencies, because of for any length of time, because they cannot keep that, because of there is a exchange price. Though they may of course also profit from the exchange rate giants. Of course, there is also, of course, it is a good business for the exchange giants, but again, the normal people will suffer. Like, for example, in 2009, it was only very small cent, less than 1 cent. In 2017, it has become, one Bitcoin become $13,850. Again, back in 2019, it has become $5,000. So look at the thing. So if that is what happening, then it is very difficult to keep that exchangeability. Give me 2 more minutes, I'll finish. Measurability means it has its own unit of accounts, but yeah, measurability is something that I can agree with it, because it has measure like any other currency. But acquirability have a problem, because Not everyone can acquire, because in order to acquire this Bitcoin, yeah, if you want to trade it, it's okay. You can sell your money, you can trade. By trading, you can buy any Bitcoins you want. But if you want to create yourself, only specialized people can acquire this Bitcoin, because it requires powerful machines. Like I told you earlier, it requires, for example, it requires 73.12 terawatts hours of electricity. Like for example, recently I read, Iran is completely blackout because they don't have enough electricity for this to supply to entire country, because there are so many minings, cryptocurrency mining they have opened. So those crypto minings, they consume a lot of electricity. So my conclusion is this. See, so these are the differences. I put it again. What is the wealth? What is cryptocurrency? What is the differences? So of course it is like no other existing e-payment system, and there is a supply and demand mechanism, and Bitcoin as a money like informational commodity. I like this word, informational commodity, and this potential, and then the blockchain technology can also have a potential to avoid riba, gharar, and maisir. But however, at the same time, it has also the negative disadvantages. Only if these negative disadvantages, that whatever that we discussed earlier, if those negative disadvantages, if it's been removed, if it has been cleared, then there is a possibility that
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Thank you so much, Dr. Akbar, for your rich and well-delivered presentation. You have indeed opened our eyes to the Islamic perspective on commodification of cryptocurrency. But I guess in the course of your lectures, there are several, it's bringing out several questions more from our participants. And I have a few questions there, which I would like to push to you. I have a question there from one of our participants asking, what is the Islamic implication of trading in this cryptocurrency? Because you've really done a lot in analyzing what it meant, both in storability, durability, and well, what is the implication of trading in this?
yes, definitely, that is what actually we are trying to find out. That is the reason why Nasfat actually wanted to discuss this, what kind of Islamic implication of trading on it, because the thing is, when it comes to trading something, you must know that whatever that you are trading, it is something must be valuable according to Sharia perspective. And when it comes to the value of Sharia perspective, we are talking about the commodity that has certain qualities. It should have certain qualities. So there are so many shurut that fuqaha have said, but today what you are learning from this lecture is actually what Ibn Ashur wrote in his book of Maqasid. He talks about these 5 simultaneous characteristics. So that is what actually I'm doing this. So this is all Islamic implications, of course. That's what the entire talk is actually talking about it. So now we need to find out that whether all five simultaneous characteristics are found in cryptocurrency or not. So to my knowledge, until now, it's not completely found. It is not completely found. That is my humble research. But I'm not saying that it is in future. It is possible because you need to understand every new technology comes always beginning. It is actually like a baby, like a child. It has to grow and grow, and then later, once people accept it as a trade, acceptance means that trusting that commodity as a currency, or the commodity can go for the trading. Otherwise, if you ask for the Islamic implications, then my entire thank you
Of
for the
course,
question.
of
Thank
course.
you.
Thank you, Dr. Mohammed. So push it back to you is because of you listed 5 characteristics: the storability, desirability, exchangeability, measurability, and acquirability. It has not really fulfilled all these 5 characteristics fully for now. And one of those reasons why buttressing your point is because it's not backed by the government yet.
Yes.
So I believe if government comes into it, probably in terms of the volatility of it going up now,
Yes.
tomorrow going down, probably it will be more stable, and then people can be encouraged to trade into it. But for now, we'll just try and watch how it goes.
That's right. It's quite early to decide.
Of course.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Imam, for enlightening us a bit more, because a few of us don't really know much about it when it comes to Islamic perspective. But you've given us these characteristics where we can be able to measure. So as time goes on, we can be able to measure, okay, in a year's time, measure cryptocurrency using these 5 characteristics, if it fulfills it, and then if it has government backing, then we can now start having another conversation on it. Thank you very much, Imam. Do we have any other questions? I have a question. It's a request, actually, Imam, if you can share your paper with us. Though you mentioned these are not going project for you, but a few of our participants are requesting for a copy of the paper, sir.
Yes, what I'm doing now is I'm writing my email ID. So those who are interested, please, you can email me. You can email me anytime. You can contact me anytime. And here is my email ID. I put it in the chat, aslamakbar@iium.edu.my. I will be very happy to share, with you these slides as well, because the paper is ongoing. We are working on it, but the slides, of course, I can pass it to you anytime. Please, you can email me anytime. I will pass it to you.
Yeah, I'm very sure the organizers will be in touch with you via mail and via phone just to get a copy of the.
Yes.
The email is aslamakbar@iium.edu.my.
Exactly.
A few of our people are saying they can't see, so I will post it again.
Yes.
Okay, I've done that. On this note, I can't appreciate you enough, sir. And I believe I also want to bring back our chief missioner. He's our chief missioner, not yet. Okay. On behalf of our chief missioner, the chairman of this organizing this webinar program, Imam Salahuddin Musba, I want to bring him on board so that he can appreciate on our behalf and also give the closing remark. Imam Musba, sir. If Imam Musbah is not there, can I have the secretary of the NASFAT Mission Board, Imam Utman Animasham, to give us a vote of thanks and closing remark? Oh, CM is here.
Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. Imam Musbah, please, can we please upgrade CM to the panelist session? He is under the attendees. Imam Musbah or Imam Animasham, please, can we please upgrade CM to the panelist? Alhamdulillah, CM is there with us.
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alamin. Thank you much, Allah. Webinar possible. It's our guest speaker, Dr. Islam. And we pray to Almighty Allah to add what you have done today to the scale of good deeds. On behalf of the members of the party, on behalf of the party, on behalf of the Council of Elders of the party, on behalf of the imams, and we shall be looking forward to having you. We continue to work on it. The government sees what they can do about it, make it to be legally, to be able to be a legal tender, become a legal tender Islamically. As this now, legal tender Islamically because of some features that it has. And inshallah, we will continue to discuss this. If you are not going to, we appreciate you and thank you. This time, I decided to stay late because of Nasrullah, because of Islam. Allah add this effort to skill of this. We appreciate it, and inshallah, across to you. On behalf of the entire members, we say Jazakumullahu khairan, Jazakumullahu khairan, Jazakumullahu khairan. By the time we get the copy of the material, inshallah, we post it on our website and we share it among our members. May Allah reward you. Allah reward you. May Allah reward you. Jazakumullahu khairan kathira. سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Thank you very much, Chief Missioner. We really appreciate you. Thank you very much, sir. Dear stakeholders, our speaker and participants, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, the National Council of Elders, the National Executive Council, the National Mission Board, Zonal Branch and Executives, most importantly, our participants. Thank you very much. I would like to end with this quote. We are proud of Allah as our Lord, Islam as our religion, Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam as our prophet.